Entitled Mom thinks because I have a cart stuffed with generic, non-name brand items, I must have money to spare for her. From user Kitten Lily. After that, I don't live here anymore, Mom. I'm not cleaning your house. From user Lynn Moss. After that, the most horrible entitled dad I've ever encountered. From user PCS. And after that, my entitled mother wanted me to cancel my picnic because she scheduled something the same day. From user Cool Panda. Thank you so much to our posters for letting us read your stories. And if you would like your stories read next, please submit them to the r/Mr. Reddit subreddit. And if you're new, please subscribe and turn on notifications for new stories every single day. Entitled Mom thinks because I have a cart stuffed with generic, non-name brand items, I must have money to spare for her. Yep, met another one. This happened a few weeks back, beginning of the month. I had not initially thought to post it, but reading another post of a very similar, almost identical situation reminded me of it, and that it is the perfect fit. Little context, I live on a monthly income, so when I do my grocery shopping, I sort of bulk shop for the month. Not easy and not fun. Not to mention, I am making a lower middle class income. I'm a widowed mother with 2 sons, which makes for an incredibly tight budget. I do my primary shopping between 2 stores that sound similar to Walmart and Aldi. Why? Because they have decent products for very cheap. Cast as usual. We've got me. We've got Entitled Mom, aka Enormous Mooch. We've got the toddler in her cart. No interaction, just something Entitled Mom used as a prop. And we've got Very Nice Guy. Not part of the issue, but he witnessed it. I am at Walmart, having done my main shopping for the month. Lots of boxes of pasta, great value, cans of tomato sauce. Let's just say, for the lack of repeating, 90% of what I buy there is great value brand and other non-name affordable brands, unless otherwise stated. I will get the occasional name brand if on sale. I get different frozen vegetables, meatballs, sausages, etc. Some frozen meals. I get root beer, ginger ale, Sam's Cola. Again, why? 2-liter bottles cost 62 cents. And to be honest, I like it better than the name brands. I often get boxes of tea bags to make homemade iced tea. Again, it's cheaper. I also buy things with a long shelf life or that can be frozen so they last the month. As I am finished, I head up and get into line. My cart is very full. In front of me, there's a woman. Not the typical Karen. She looked pretty normal, with a toddler in the child seat, her cart about half full. We were about 3rd and 4th in the line. She eyed my cart more than once, and I won't lie, I eyed hers a few times, more or less noting some of the name brands she had and recalling a time when I actually had been in a financial position to afford such items, but also noting how much of a better position I might actually likely be in if I had learned to shop more frugally back before the loss of my husband, when the financial situation had been far better. In any case, I digress, shaking myself from my thoughts as we move up. The entitled mom ahead of me has her stuff on the belt. I place that barrier stick on it and begin placing my own groceries on it. When the cashier informs the woman of the total, I am half turned getting things from the cart when I get the dreaded tap on the shoulder almost immediately after her total was announced. Conversation begins as follows. Entitled Mom: "Excuse me, can you spot me a bit to help me with this? It came to a lot more than I thought. The hubby has not worked as many hours and money has been really tight, and we have a child to feed." She initially asked very nicely. Me, looking to her cart and back to her. "I'm sorry, I am on a very fixed budget. I really wish cut off. Entitled mom huffs, all pleasantness is gone. Yes, that quick. Come on, your cart is overflowing. Surely you can afford to spare a bit if you can buy all that. Me, sighing inwardly, and so not wanting to deal with this right now, and not wanting to drag this out. Okay, I am gonna stop this right now. No, I cannot. And not that I owe you any explanation. She tried to cut me off, but I do not stop. I live on a monthly income, and am on a very tight budget. I practically count every penny. I do not have the luxury of shopping weekly because it is a waste of gas, and so I shop for the month. She tries to cut me off again. Entitled mom, crumbling, but makes one last attempt, motioning to her toddler. But we have a child. I cut her off. And I am a widow, and have 2 sons to feed. I snap back, effectively and thankfully shutting her up. Her mouth snapped shut, and she turned around. I'm not sure if she was mad or mortified, but nothing more was said. She paid for her groceries and left. She had enough to pay the whole time. Guess she just jumped on the chance to get someone to pay. The cashier was just shaking her head as the woman moved away, not saying anything one way or the other. The man behind me in line was as well, while saying, "Wow, some people." And then very kindly, when my total was said, asked, "You got that okay?" I smiled and said, "Yes, thank you." Nice to know there are still awesome people out there. Next we've got, I don't live here anymore, Mom. I'm not cleaning your house. I hope you include this on your YouTube video. It's a long one, and I'm sorry for that. I've had a colorful life when I lived in Louisiana, and much of that is because of my entitled mother. Don't get me wrong, she could be a blast and make life fun. But Lord, when she was going through one of her phases, watch out. She typically did things like getting my brother a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting and chocolate ice cream for his birthday. The problem? My brother detests chocolate. She knows this, and when we reminded her, the response? Yes, but I like chocolate. My brother used to sneak the pills Mom's doc had given her into her coffee, and she'd fall asleep. Anyway, the main story. Cast. We've got me, we've got hubby, we've got brother, and we've got mom. My mother was going through menopause and had decided to quit both smoking and red meat at the same time. She was a nightmare. By the end of the first week, we were trying to give her cigarettes stuffed with steak. By this time, I had moved out, gotten engaged, and had our son. One night, she calls and invites us both for dinner. I was instantly suspicious. My southern family don't like white people because of what they went through as kids, and my hubby is white. They don't like him, so when she sweetly asked him to come too, I smelled a rat, but agreed to go. The next night, we head over to her house, hungry and looking forward to Mama's great cooking. We never got that far. We're in the living room chatting when I asked about dinner. Mom, well, I have a confession. I didn't ask you two here for dinner. Hubby, why did you ask us over if we're not going to eat? Well, I have inspection on the apartment tomorrow. Me, what's that got to do with us? Starting to feel cold in my veins now. I need you two to get to work. Me, you, and hubby can get the front of the house and the kids' bedrooms. Me. Aw, heck. This is what you called us here for? What's the matter? I don't even live here anymore. Do I ask you to come help me clean my house? She got mad at that and started hollering and cussing at us. I told my guy to get up because we were leaving. We were halfway out when my brother said he had to go to work and asked for a ride. We said yes and went to wait in the car. Bro came out, said he had forgotten his tie, when the devil got into me. I got paper and a pen from the glove compartment, told bro to wait, then wrote, "Mom, take your pills and quit terrifying your family. Love, me." I gave bro the note and told him to give it to mom and run like heck. He looked at me and I just grinned at him, then told hubby to start the car. He gave me a worried look as he revved the engine. Not even a minute later, brother, flying out of the house waving his tie. "Start the dang car! Start the dang car!" Mom comes stomping out after him, shrieking, "Forget you! Forget you! Don't you ever come back! Don't call me! Don't write me! Forget you!" Hubby gunned it and we peeled out of there, him chiding me while bro and I laughed like loons. Fast forward 2 days, I'm playing with my baby when the phone rings. Me, "Hello?" Mom, brightly, "Hi, baby girl. Haven't heard from you in a while and was just wondering what is up with you." Me, not shocked at all. "Mom, you said," and I respectfully quote, "Forget you, forget you." I couldn't even finish. She burst out laughing and apologized, blamed it on the menopause, and said she was now taking her meds regularly. I occasionally teased her with it until she passed in '06. I still miss her, entitlement and all. Next we've got the most horrible entitled dad I've ever encountered. This happened this afternoon, and I am literally shaking with rage at the thought that anyone would be so horrible to their kids. Cast. We've got me. We've got entitled dad. We've got the security guard. We've got fiance and the nice kid. I was in Westfield today. For those who don't know or aren't from London, Westfield is a massive shopping center located in Stratford, London. We were sitting in Starbucks, drinking a well-earned coffee when a young boy runs in, looking really upset. I don't notice it at first, but my eagle-eyed fiance does. Fiance: "Do you think that boy looks lost, or is it just me?" "Yeah, that kid looks way too young to be here by himself. Where are his parents?" "Don't know. Give it 5 minutes, and if no one shows, then we can think about what to do next." 5 minutes passed, and the poor kid is just sitting in a chair looking miserable and really upset. Me and fiance get up and walk over to the kid. We smile at him and kneel down. Fiance: "Hiya, are you here with your mommy or daddy?" Nice kid: "My mommy told me that I'm not supposed to talk to strange people unless they know the password." Me: "Your mom sounds like a very smart person. Who are you allowed to talk to?" Nice kid: "My mommy said I should only talk to someone I know, or if they are wearing a uniform, or they know the password." Me: "Well, I don't know the password, but I do have a special badge in my pocket, and I'm sure your mom won't mind you talking to me." I reach into my pocket and take out my warrant card and open it up and show the ID and badge to the kid, and I let him hold it up close so he can see my name, picture, and the words "police officer" in red letters at the top. Me: "That's me right there." I point at my photo. "I'm a policeman. Would you be able to have a chat with me for a bit? My name is Jack, and this is Izzy." My fiance waves. Fiance: "Are you here with your mommy or daddy?" Nice kid: "My dad. He told me to wait on a bench, but that was a while ago. I don't know where he has gone." Me: "Do you know what the time was when your daddy told you to wait?" The big hand was at 6 and the small one was on the 4. Fiance: "So, 4:30. The kid nods. I look at my watch and see the time is 17:45. An hour and 15 minutes this kid has been sitting on his own. I feel an anger burning inside me that someone would leave a kid on his own in a crowded shopping center for an hour and 15 minutes. Me: "How old are you?" Nice kid: "I'm 9. How old are you?" Fiance: We feel old now, she laughs. Me. How about I go and find someone who can help us contact your dad? Why don't you sit here with fiance and I'll go find someone who can help. I walk out of Starbucks and find a uniformed security guard standing by the exit. I take out my warrant card again and present it to him as I approach. Hey there, mate. Off-duty police. We've got a 9-year-old boy in Starbucks who can't locate his dad. It's now been nearly 90 minutes and still no sign. Security guard. Okay, I'll call it into the security room. Although we haven't had a missing kid alert, and it's been 90 minutes, you say? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Me and security guard walk back towards the Starbucks, and we see nice kid and fiance sitting at the table. Nice kid is tapping numbers into fiance's phone. Fiance. He's trying to remember his dad's mobile number. So far, no luck. Suddenly, we hear a dialing tone coming from the phone. Nice kid. I remembered it. I pass the phone to the security guard. Security guard. What's your dad's name? Nice kid. Entitled Dad. Security guard. Hello, Mr. Entitled Dad. I'm calling from Westfield Security. Your son has been wandering this building for a while now. Please, can you meet us at the security desk by the main entrance? We all leave and walk towards the security desk. Security guard pulls out a chair and the nice kid hops up. Fiance let him use her phone to play Angry Birds. Suddenly, this very large, muscular man comes running up to the security desk shouting the kid's name. Entitled Dad. Where the heck did you run off to, you stupid boy? I told you to sit and wait for me. Security guard. Are you Mr. Entitled Dad? Yes. Now can you tell me why my son is sitting here when I left him playing in the Apple store? Security guard. That's at the other end of the building and 2 floors up. Where were you? None of your business. Now I'm leaving with my son. Security guard. I need to see some identification. It's purely protocol. Entitled Dad grumbles and hands over driver's license. See, he's my son and I'm his father. We're leaving now. Me. Not so fast, mate. I'm a police officer. Show my ID. I was the one who found your son. Now I'm going to allow you to leave, but I'm going to have to make a note of your name and address. Security guard hands me the guy's license and I take a picture on my phone. I then pass it back to Entitled Dad. Entitled Dad. Why the heck did you take a picture of that? Delete it, now! Me. Because I will be contacting social services and the police safeguarding team. They, in turn, will want to speak with you, and they will also contact the boy's mother. You can't just abandon a kid for 90 minutes while you're off doing God knows what. Both me and security guard have both a duty and an obligation to report this incident to the relevant people. It was an honest mistake, officer. I just lost track of time. You don't need to report it, do you? I may never get to see my son again. Me and my wife are going through a nasty divorce. If the police come knocking, it'll just be giving her more ammunition to take my kid away from me. Me. I would love to comment on your crappy style of parenting, but I don't want to lose my cool in a public place, especially not in front of a kid. Now both of you leave, before I say something I'll regret later on. I turn to nice kid who smiles at me. Hey kid, this is for you. I pull a business card out of my wallet and pass it to him, along with a folded 5-pound note. That's my work number. You can use it in an emergency to reach me. You can dial it from any phone and it won't show up on any phone bills. Also, you can buy yourself some sweets or something later on. Nice kid grinned at me and then said something that honestly made me want to cry. Nice kid. I wish my daddy was like you. Entitled Dad and nice kid left, and security guard shook my hand and headed off. I wrapped my arm around fiance and headed back for another coffee. And our final story of the day. My entitled mother wanted me to cancel my picnic because she scheduled something the same day. Hey Mr. Reddit, I'm so glad you enjoyed my last entitled parent story. I have another one for you today, and this time it involves my entitled mother. Now, my mother has always had an entitled side to her, especially when it comes to my younger brother and I versus my older brother, since younger brother and I are adopted and older brother isn't. But that's not important to this particular story. But if you want some examples, I can give some in the future. Alright, so my family has always been a Christian family. I was in church until I was about 13, then I stopped going. Not for any particular reason, I just stopped going. I hadn't gone back until a few years ago, and even then, it wasn't until very recently that I started attending regularly. I'm 23 now. I should mention that my family and I are at two different churches. I go to a smaller one with my best friend, and they go to one on the bigger side, on basically the other side of town. Like I said, it has been this way for a while now. Now, for the past 2 years, my friend and I have organized a summer picnic at the church for the beginning of June, as a way to celebrate the start of summer. It's always a lot of fun, with games and food and everything in between, and the people at church really seem to enjoy it. 2018 was the first year we had one. It was a luau theme and we went all out, even going as far to get leis for everyone. 2019 was a carnival theme, complete with a bouncy house and circus-themed rubber duckies. Both years, I invited my family to join. They didn't come either year, which honestly doesn't bother me. It's the reason why they didn't come the second year that annoys me, and the reason why I see my mom as an entitled mother. On to our cast. Pretty short and simple. We have me, Cool Panda, and my mom, entitled mother. So it's worth mentioning that my friend and I start planning these picnics basically right after the other one finishes, and we set the date for it a good month or two in advance, so people have time to get time off if they need to. So my mom knew well in advance what day and what time our picnic would be. She even went as far as to say that they would be there. And I kept asking repeatedly because we're always really proud of our work with the picnic, and I want my family to see them. Each time I asked, she said they would go. Then this happened. Oh, side note. Anytime we have an event at my church, I make the poster for the announcement. So anything like a party or our picnic, I make the flyer, and I really enjoy doing it. But my mom takes advantage of that and has me make the flyers for her church. So one day I get a message from her through Facebook asking me to make a flyer for an event they were having at the church. They were having a state trooper come in and go over what to do in case of an emergency, which is a concern in today's world, but isn't something she had to do. I wish I still had the conversation on my phone, but unfortunately I don't. But it basically went as follows. Entitled Mom. OP, can you make me a sign-up sheet? Me, annoyed but compliant. I guess so. Okay, it's for an active emergency seminar. Okay, what day and time? June 1st at 3 p.m. Me, June 1st is the day of the picnic. I know. You said you would go. I kept reminding you. I know, but it's the only day the trooper can come in. Maybe we can come for a little bit? Mom, the picnic starts at 1. Your thing is at 3. And half of the people from your church live like 30 minutes from my church. You wouldn't actually be able to come and do anything. I can't change the date. Fine, whatever. So I made the sign-up sheet and sent it to her. I was annoyed, but what could I do about it? Whatever, she didn't want to come and didn't have to. Then this happened, and it still makes me disgusted, even months later. Entitled Mom. Are you sure you don't want to come? No, it's the same day as the picnic. Maybe your pastor would like to come. Can you change the date of the picnic so he can come? Seriously? You're kidding, right? No. Cancel the picnic so he can come. I'm not going to do that. The picnic has been scheduled long before your event, and you knew that date and the time for months. Scheduling something on the same date when you already agreed to come is low enough. But you actually have the audacity to ask me to cancel my picnic at my church so that my pastor can go to your event at your church? I just thought it would be nice. No. Then I just stopped messaging. I stopped talking to her, and I haven't forgiven her for this. She's always done things like this, and this was my breaking point. Sorry if this was long, but I tend to ramble. And shoutouts to our re-generals of the day. The Josh, Rachel, India, and Azure Pearl. Become tomorrow's re-generals by leaving as many re's as you can in the comments below.